Hey guys, it's Gamer Ahmer here, and I have another Nintendo 64 update. So as I've completed the North American set of Nintendo 64 games and the PAL region exclusives, I decided that it was a change and I had to go and collect these Japanese exclusive Nintendo 64 games. So this is just a front and a back page of all of the Japanese exclusives, and I went to Torg, this awesome video game convention that's located in Columbus, Ohio, and I found tons of Japanese exclusive video games. So let's go ahead and see which games I found there and a couple that I found online. But these are some awesome games, just crossing off the list here and trying to see which ones I can find either out and about or trying to find some amazing like eBay auctions and online sales. So a lot of these games, you have to know Japanese to play, but people do make like online translations and they do have like different things that can help you understand what's going on in these games. So to completely butcher some of the names here, as I'm not really too familiar with them, but I have studied some of the gameplay and tried my best to like understand some of these games here. We have this one. This is 64. It's like Hanafuda? Tenshi, no, not sure how to pronounce it. But anyway, this is a very popular card game. This is where Nintendo had its start, with this awesome card game. So in this particular game, now this one is a more expensive game, so I'm not entirely sure why, but I know over in Japan, this was a very popular game. So you have 3 different types of games in this particular game, all throughout these card games. They do have like these characters and stuff on the front label, and this was not what I was expecting. But there is some sort of story where you have to like go through and play these card games and you're looking for someone. So I'm sure that maybe with some translations and things like that, this game may, spark my interest a little bit more. But right now, it's just a little bit difficult to try and play and try and understand, especially when we don't really know about this card game. And then on to this game. Once again, it has all of these like characters on here. Did not really expect what this game was. It's Susume Taizen Puzzle. Not sure how to pronounce it. But this one has a different sequence of colors that drop and have to be matched. So the characters are in the background of like these little sections. So the screen's divided in half and you are going up against someone as these like little circles kind of like drop down. This is like all of those other puzzle games. Now I used to love like Bust a Move and Bubble Bobble and all of these other like fun little games back in the day. And then of course playing tons of those on the Super Nintendo and then the NES. These were just some classic games where I had a blast playing them. I had a lot of fun just like relaxing. At times it would get a little bit challenging, but this one seems like a fun game, something that I could definitely play because of my nostalgia with these types of games and just spending so many hours playing through them. So this one I'm pretty excited to play. So if you guys are enjoying this content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification so that you don't miss out on my Nintendo 64 journey of trying to go for a full worldwide set of games, and I can't wait to see which ones I find next. And then on to this game. So this one is actually the 3rd in the set, and we already got a few over here in North America of these particular games, but this one is completely different because you have to roll dice and you have like these battle cards. So this is like a board game style, kind of like the Mario Party series. Does have like these mini games and it is pretty interesting. Now this is pretty text heavy, so you would definitely need to know what these battle cards stand for. And you might have to know a little bit more because tons of things pop up on the screen. But I'm looking forward to giving it a try or even watching, whoever plays this game and just kind of see if it's, pretty interesting or if it tells some sort of crazy story or something that you have to know in this series here. And then on to this game. So this one, I actually picked it up complete in box at the convention because it was like $10 and I think I was able to get, a better deal. But I do actually have 2 of these. So this one right here is like this GI stable game. So this is a horse racing game. And I actually really like this one. So you can kind of like figure out what you're doing. This is a horse racing game that's famous, like race courses are in Japan. So this is one of those, like, you kind of have to know the area, and especially over in Japan, I'm sure that this game was a hit. This one looks really cool. It looks like a fun time. And if you're into like horses or horse racing, I could definitely see how this game picked up. But this is really neat having it complete in the box. It does come with the box. It has even a cleaner copy than what I already had. So this is an upgrade. And then it has this really thick manual, which has like a lot of information about the game. Tons of like pictures and different things in here. But this is definitely pretty sweet to have in the collection, and another complete in box game off my list. And then on to these games right here. So these are going to be Maang Games. They had like 7 over in Japan. We did not get any over here. And these are, you know, pretty interesting games, especially if you can learn the game and you can learn how these actually play. The first one is this Pro Mahjong Kiwami 64 game. So this one has different modes. It's very different, difficult. It has like different challenges in here, and you can have like a gambling or pro mode, so there are different modes. So this one's pretty interesting to try and like, you know, figure out, especially if you can get into Mahjong. And then this one I thought was pretty interesting because in the first like character selection screen, it looks like you're choosing a fighter. So this one definitely is misleading, especially if you don't know anything about it, because at the very beginning you do get that whole select a character screen, and it's pretty interesting. Now you pretty much have this entire like Mahjong competition going on in this game, and this is some sort of like something simulation 64. So this is another title off the list. Now on to these last 2 games. These are ones that I will try and get the controllers for. So this one is a train simulation game, and it has this like crazy controller, like where it has a different lever, and then it has some other things, tons of buttons. So this one is actually pretty interesting because we did not get this here, but this is like Go 64. So you are just driving trains across different Japanese regions, and you get to, you know, control with the controller, and you get to choose a route or different trains, and you get to cross tracks. So this one is a pretty interesting simulation game, and I'm pretty excited to have this one in the collection, and I'm hoping that I can find a controller for a pretty good price too. And then this one also comes with a controller, so I have to find that one. This one is Dance Dance Revolution, and this is a Mickey Mouse game. So of course, we got it on the Nintendo 64. You could dance to all of these classic Disney songs. There's like It's a Small World and some other ones, but everything's in Japanese. You do get like different characters in the background, and it's actually a pretty interesting game. And it's very similar to like DDR as we know it. So as you pick through and you go through this game, you get to, you know, do 3 songs at once. You get to choose, you know, the different difficulty. So there are, you know, like easy, normal, or hard modes. And it's really cool because it does like rate you at the end and gives you like a rank or a grade. So it tells you the difficulty of the song, and then it tells you, you know, a letter grade at the very end. So this one's a pretty cool game, and I'm definitely excited to add it into the collection, and I can't wait to find that DDR mat that goes with it. So at Torg, this was a fantastic video game convention. I did not expect to walk away with some of these Japanese exclusive Nintendo 64 games, especially complete in the box, and then trying to make some deals on top of it. It was really cool to add 8 more into the set. So we have 5 loose, and then we have 3 complete in box. So that's really cool, just chipping away at this Japanese exclusive Nintendo 64 set, trying out some of these games, seeing which ones are easy to play if you don't know Japanese, and which ones maybe require some sort of translation or some help, you know, going through the game. But so far, I'm having a blast learning about these games, the weird controllers that come with them, and I can't wait to see what I find next. So let me know in the comments below which game you enjoyed, and which ones I should add on this cool set that I'm trying to go for. And of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out all of my other videos and stay tuned for more.